Hey there, fellow viewers. Today, we're delving into a fascinating topic, the presidential election in Singapore and the intriguing rules around candidate deposits. So, if you're interested in the political landscape of Singapore, make sure to stick around until the end. Hit that like button if you find this as intriguing as I do. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, and if you're new here, consider subscribing to stay up to date with more thought-provoking content like this. Alright, let's jump right into it. In Singapore's presidential election, candidates are required to pay a deposit to participate. But here's the kicker: to get that deposit back, a candidate must secure more than 12.5% of the votes polled. This creates an interesting dynamic where candidates need to have a certain level of voter support to recoup their investment. What do you think about this approach? Do you think it's a fair way to encourage candidates to genuinely engage with the voters? But wait, there's more. Did you know that there are instances where the election deposit can be returned, even if a candidate falls short of that 12.5% threshold? This happens if the candidate is elected as president, withdraws their nomination, the election fails, the candidate is not nominated, or unfortunately, if the candidate passes away before the start of the poll. These scenarios add a layer of complexity to the deposit system. Let's take a look at a real-life example. Tan Kin Lian, a candidate in the 2011 presidential election, received 4.91% of the votes cast, which wasn't enough to get his deposit back. He ended up forfeiting his 48,000 Singapore dollar deposit, which went to the Consolidated fund. This fund acts like a government bank account where revenues are paid in, and expenditures are made from it. What are your thoughts on this financial aspect of the election process? Do you believe the forfeited deposit should go towards a consolidated fund like this? Moving on to the numbers game. As of the 2023 presidential election, the deposit payable by candidates is 40,500 Singapore dollars. But here's an interesting tidbit: this amount is actually 3 times the election deposit that a general election candidate has to pay. This makes sense, considering the presidential election is a unique and significant event. Do you think this threefold difference is justified? Should there be a larger or smaller gap between the deposits for the two types of elections? So, there you have it, an in-depth look into the world of presidential election deposits in Singapore. It's a system that's designed to ensure candidates have a certain level of voter support while also allowing for certain exceptions. Now, it's time to hear from you. What's your take on this whole process? Do you agree with the 12.5% threshold? Should the forfeited deposits go into a consolidated fund? What about the threefold difference in deposit amounts? Leave your comments down below, give this video a thumbs up if you found it enlightening, share it with your fellow politics enthusiasts, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on more engaging discussions like this. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, keep those opinions coming.